All right, so you think you know the Hunger Games, right? Katniss, Peeta, Mockingjay drama, Yay rebellion, but rewind. Before all that, there was Haymitch Abernathy, teenage trauma in a leather jacket. And his games? Yeah, they were not just violent, they were next-level capital chaos. So what really went down when Haymitch entered the arena? Let's just say the Capitol still hasn't forgiven him. District 12, the place where dreams go to suffocate in coal dust, where the air tastes like smoke, and the future comes in two options, mining or starving. 17-year-old Haymitch Abernathy, he's mastered the art of blending into the background. Eyes down, mouth shut. Just another kid trying to survive until his name doesn't get called. But fate? Yeah, fate shows up wearing heels and a capital accent. And this time, it says, Haymitch Abernathy. The crowd doesn't breathe. His mother drops the wash basin. His little brother, frozen like a glitching hologram. And Haymitch? He doesn't cry. He doesn't beg. He just lets out the smirk. Half figures, half, let's get this over with. Because deep down, he already knows. He's not the tribute the Capitol wants. He's the one they should fear. He doesn't have brute strength or charm. What he does have is dangerous. Memory, strategy, quiet rage, and the kind of intelligence that doesn't scream. It calculates. And if there's one thing the Capitol can't stand, it's a tribute who notices the cracks in the system. Because smart kids, they don't just survive the games, they break them. The train to the Capitol smells like velvet and fear. Soft on the outside, but tense underneath, like something's waiting to explode. Haymitch sits stiffly in his seat, watching the scenery blur past like it's trying to escape before he can. The Capitol looms ahead. This glowing, glittering monster dressed in makeup and money. And Haymitch? He's just the next sacrifice it wants to chew up on live television. His mentor, a man once full of fight, now just mumbles through hangovers. No strategy, no comfort, just whiskey and regret. His prep team, hysterical over his split ends. One cries over his lack of cheekbone symmetry. Haymitch stares blankly. He's not a makeover, he's a target. And then comes the stylist, drapes him in gold like he's some Capitol trophy. You'll sparkle beautifully, they say. He's being packaged, marketed, sold. Then the interviews. Other tributes flirt, twirl, and sell sob stories. Haymitch? He says the truth. The games are a murder show wrapped in sequins. He jokes about dying with bad hair. The audience laughs, too loud. The Capitol loves him. They think he's rebellious chic. But he's not performing. He's furious. And honesty? That's the most dangerous costume of all. The arena's breathtaking. If you forget, it's designed to kill you in the most creative ways possible. Rolling green hills stretch toward the horizon like an oil painting. Crystal clear streams glimmer under sunlight that feels almost too perfect. The trees sway softly, and when the wind hits just right, they hum like they're singing you a lullaby. But beneath every petal and pebble is a silent threat. This isn't nature. It's a Capitol illusion, a death trap wrapped in flowers. When the gong sounds, it shatters the illusion. The cornucopia erupts, screams, steel, panic, blood on grass. Tributes clash like wild animals. And Haymitch? He doesn't look back. He sprints for the tree line with laser focus. Because he knows, you don't win the opening massacre, you escape it. While others fight for swords, Haymitch hunts for answers. He hears birds go quiet before traps trigger. He sees how certain patches of ground don't react to footsteps. Where shadows fall too clean, everything becomes a pattern. And he watches. That's when he meets her. A tribute from District 9. They exchange food, guard sleep in shifts. Her presence softens the horror, if only slightly. But hope doesn't last long in the arena. One step, a soft crunch beneath her boot. A barely audible click. Then, silence. Then, gone. No scream. No time to say goodbye. just a plume of smoke and a missing heartbeat. The Capitol didn't design this place for alliances. They designed it to punish compassion. And Haymitch? He understands now. In the games, friendship isn't weakness, it's bait. And in a world built on manipulation, every connection is a countdown. Before we continue with this video, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, so I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe and help me out. Okay, let's continue. He sees it happen completely by accident. A tribute, panicked, bleeding, all instinct and no sense, sprints toward the cliff's edge, desperate for an escape. One wrong step, a slip, a scream, and then something impossible. The body doesn't fall. It bounces, mid-air, like the air itself reached out and slapped them sideways. Haymitch freezes. What just happened? He inches closer, pulse thudding like a drumbeat. Picks up a rock, tosses it. The stone zips forward, then stops mid-air with a crackling snap before bouncing violently back into the grass. That's not gravity. That's not luck. That's a force field. Invisible, silent, lethal. Not a barrier, but a Capitol-made execution wall disguised as scenery. Haymitch stares at the edge, suddenly seeing the whole arena differently. The traps, the patterns, the subtle manipulation. The games aren't about survival, not really. They're about obedience, predictability. The Capitol rewards the strong, but fears the clever. So Haymitch stops hiding. He stops surviving. He starts strategizing. He baits another tribute, leads them closer to the edge, fakes a stumble, draws them in. One step too far, zap. The force field ends it for him. The audience gasps. Game makers scramble. Haymitch doesn't gloat. He doesn't even flinch. He just breathes. Because now he knows. He didn't just win. He outcoded them. And nothing scares the Capitol more than a victor who sees behind the curtain. They wanted a spectacle. Instead, they created a rebel with receipts. And Haymitch? He'll never let them forget it. The Capitol smiles for the cameras as they place the victor's crown on Haymitch's blood-matted hair. Fireworks explode. Confetti rains down. And somewhere in the crowd, a sponsor claps a little too hard. Brilliant strategy, they say. What a mind. They give him a mansion on Victor's Row. A fridge full of food he doesn't want. Silken sheets he can't sleep on. His face is plastered across the Capitol as the clever boy who beat their game. A star. But behind the applause is the message. He made them look weak. And the Capitol doesn't lose face without retaliation. So they kill his mother, quietly, and his little brother disappears. The official report says illness, but Haymitch knows better. It was a warning shot dressed in silk. He starts drinking, not because he wants to feel numb, but because it's the only way he can stand feeling anything at all. Each bottle a rebellion, each hangover a reminder that he's still here, and they didn't win completely. They made him a victor, but they never let him leave the games. Now, every year, he mentors another child, trains them, watches them die, and realizes survival is not the same as freedom. The years blur, the reaping never stops. New names, new kids, same ending. Haymitch keeps showing up, keeps drinking, keeps watching children walk into hell. The Capitol doesn't want him to mentor, they want him to remember. Every tribute he loses is a reopened wound. Then one day, a voice shouts, "I volunteer!" Katniss Everdeen steps forward, eyes like a dare, jaw clenched like she's ready to bite fate itself. And Haymitch? He freezes. Because for the first time in years, something clicks. She's not scared. She's dangerous. She reminds him of who he used to be. Back when he still believed that outsmarting the Capitol meant something, so he trains her. Not with hugs and hope, but with hard truths. Smile for the camera. Make them like you. Lie if you have to. Because softness, that's how the Capitol wins. He watches her grow sharper, smarter, louder. She doesn't just survive, she defies. And when she becomes the Mockingjay, the face of a rebellion no one saw coming, Haymitch leans back, lips curling into something close to a smile. The Capitol wanted him broken, but all they did was teach him how to light a fire. And she became the match. So next time you see Haymitch passed out in the background, don't assume he's just drunk. He's calculating, remembering, regretting. He didn't survive the Hunger Games. He survived the Capitol's version of mercy. And he's still playing because the games never really end. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.